Imagine being a child, not going to school, not playing with friends, but waking up before sunrise to climb inside narrow, dark chimneys filled with smoke and ash. Your hands are black, your clothes are torn, your childhood is gone before it even begins. Now think what kind of society allows children to live like this. Today's poem, The Chimney Sweeper by William Blake, answers this question in the most powerful and emotional way. The Chimney Sweeper is one of the most famous poems from William Blake's collection, Songs of Innocence. Although it is written in a simple childlike voice, it carries a very deep message about child labor, loss of innocence, social injustice, religion, and hope. The poem shows both the suffering of children and how society used children and religion to justify that suffering. Now, let us get to know a little about the poet. William Blake was an English poet, painter, and visionary thinker, born in 1757 and died in 1827. He is considered one of the most important poets of the Romantic Age. Blake was unique because he wrote poetry with strong moral and social messages, combined poetry with artwork, criticized society, religion, and injustice. He lived during the Industrial Revolution, when many poor children were forced to work in factories and chimneys. This suffering deeply influenced his poetry. Let us understand the main elements. Let us get to know the characters and the setting. Characters. The speaker, a young chimney sweeper. Tom Darce, another child worker. Angel, symbol of hope and religion. Other children like Dick, Joe, Ned, and Jack. Setting: dark, polluted streets of industrial England. Chimneys filled with soot, reality. A dream world filled with light and freedom, imagination. The poem shifts between harsh reality and hopeful dreams. Now, let us get to know the story or the plot. Part 1: Childhood and Suffering. Children, this is the poem. I am not going to read every line word by word. I am just going to give you the explanation. So, part 1 is about childhood and suffering. The poem begins with a heartbreaking confession. The speaker says his mother died when he was very young and his father sold him to work as a chimney sweeper. He was so small that he could barely pronounce sweep and instead said weep. This shows loss of parents, forced child labor, innocence destroyed early in life. He sleeps in soot and works in dangerous, unhealthy conditions. Part 2: Tom Darce. The speaker introduces Tom Darce. Tom cries when his curly hair is shaved. This is important because his curly hair symbolizes innocence and beauty. Shaving his head represents loss of childhood identity. The speaker comforts Tom, saying not to worry because now soot won't spoil his hair. This shows how children try to comfort each other in suffering. Part 3: The Dream. That night, Tom has a dream. In his dream, he sees thousands of chimney sweepers trapped in black coffins. These coffins represent chimneys, death-like working conditions, children trapped in suffering. Then an angel appears with a bright key. The angel unlocks the coffins and frees the children. The children run in green fields, bathe in rivers, shine in sunlight, rise into clouds. This symbolizes freedom, purity, and escape from suffering. Part 4: Religion and Promise. The angel tells Tom, if you're a good boy, you will have God as your father and never want joy. This shows how religion is presented as hope for a better future. But it also suggests something deeper. Children are taught to accept suffering now in exchange for reward later. Part 5: Return to Reality. Tom wakes up from the dream. The children go back to work in the cold morning. Despite this, Tom feels happy and warm because of his dream. The poem ends with a moral idea: if all do their duty, they need not fear harm. This suggests acceptance of suffering as something normal. Now, let us look at the themes and symbolism. The first theme is child labor. The poem strongly criticizes exploitation of children. My father sold me shows lack of freedom and human rights. Second, innocence and loss. Children lose their childhood too early. Tom's shaved head symbolizes loss of identity and innocence. Third, religion and hope. Religion provides comfort but also encourages acceptance of suffering. Hope is used as emotional escape rather than real change. Fourth, symbol of coffins. Chimneys are described like coffins showing darkness, danger, and death like life. Symbol of light represents freedom, purity, happiness, but only in dreams. The climax of the poem is a dream where the angel frees the children. It is the most emotional and hopeful moment. However, the conclusion returns to reality. Children still suffer, but they are taught to accept it quietly. Blake leaves us with a powerful question: is this true happiness or just acceptance of injustice? Let me conclude here, children. The Chimney Sweeper is not just a poem, it is a mirror of society showing how children were exploited, how innocence was lost, how hope was used as comfort. Now, I want you to reflect. Do you think the children are truly free in this poem? Is it right to accept suffering as duty? Can hope sometimes hide injustice? Write your thoughts, discuss with others, and question what you read. Because literature is not just about reading stories, it is about understanding the world. Sometimes the quietest poems carry the loudest truths. Students, if you have understood this explanation, please subscribe to the channel to support the channel, like this video, comment below your thoughts and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.